Hi, welcome to your first lesson on arcs, sectors and angles and circles. Before we actually get on to the arcs and sectors, we'll need to do a little bit of revision first, so here we go. So we have to remind ourselves about the different parts of the circle. First thing is the circumference, and that is the total distance all the way around the circle. The next thing is the diameter. And the diameter is the width of the circle through its centre. So from one side all the way through the centre to the opposite side. And then lastly, we have the radius of the circle. Now the radius is the distance from the centre to any point on the circumference. So we can see that there. Next, we're going to look at the connection between the radius and the diameter. So we can see from the diagrams that the diameter is double the radius, or the radius is a half of the diameter. We also need to remind ourselves about a couple of important formulae. The first one is for the circumference of the circle, and that is equal to pi times the diameter. The next one is for the area of the circle, and that is equal to pi times the radius squared, with pi being equal to 3.14 approximately. Also, we just need to remind ourselves that for circumference, it is a length, so therefore your units should be units of length, and area should be square units for any area calculations. So now we're going to look at calculations for circumference and area, but just to be clear, I'll be using the pi button on the scientific calculator just because this gives you a more accurate answer. If you don't have a scientific calculator, then it's fine just to use 3.14, but your answers will be slightly different. So the first example we have is a circle with a diameter of 12 metres. If the diameter is equal to 12 metres, then the radius will be half of this, so the radius will be 6 metres. From this we can calculate the circumference of the circle. The circumference is pi times the diameter, so that's pi times 12, which gives us 37.699, which we round to 37.7 metres. Following on from that, we can calculate the area. Area is pi times the radius squared, which would be pi times 6 squared. From that, we got 113.097, which rounds to 113.1 square metres to one decimal place. The second example we have is a circle with a radius this time of 10 centimetres. If the radius is 10 centimetres, then the diameter will be double this, so the diameter is 20 centimetres. From this we can calculate the circumference. Circumference is pi times the diameter, so that would be pi times 20, which gives us 62.8 centimetres to one decimal place. And the area will be pi times the radius squared, which would be pi times 10 squared, and this will give us an overall area of 314 square centimetres exactly. Now it's time for you to have a go. There are 6 examples below, and for each example you should calculate the circumference and the area. Remember to write down the formula, the sum, and an answer with appropriate units. So altogether you should have 12 solutions. Also remember, if you can, use the pi button for accuracy, but if you can't do that, then 3.14 is fine. You can pause this for the moment to do your questions, and then once you're finished, you can check your answers. But remember, no sneaky peeks.